Toy Story trilogy leading up to Toy Story 4. I know a lot of people have already seen this in like early screenings, but we're gonna be reviewing the Toy Story trilogy. So let's start out with Toy Story 1. What is your initial thoughts about Toy Story 1?
I mean, I grew up to this movie. I was born in 19. I'm not gonna get into that.
Yeah,
I grew up to this movie, this whole trilogy, and this has always been. If we're talking about the first Toy Story, they've all been great in my opinion, and I've watched this movie probably 1,000 times. I used to watch it when I come home from school and just put it in, and just eat like sunflower seeds, and that would literally be what I do after school each day. And yeah, I really like this. I mean, Toy Story is. There's nothing wrong with it. Like almost all three of these movies, there's nothing wrong with them. There's just I can not say enough positive things about it, and we're not going to scores yet, right?
Yeah, this is Toy Story 1. So what are your initial thoughts about Toy Story 1?
I think it's definitely a classic. I don't think there's not a lot of movies that's kind of reach up to that hype. It's a pretty good movie, and it set a good tone for the beginning of the trilogy, so.
Yeah, Toy Story 1, obviously ranking these, they're all perfect, honestly, in my opinion. There's no really such thing as a perfect movie, but these are all so good that I think this is probably my second favorite, like if I was to rank them right now. But yeah, it's an amazing movie. It's just basically flawless, and we've all grown up with this movie basically, and the characters are amazing, and it's just an amazing movie. I wouldn't say it's my favorite out of the trilogy, but it's definitely a really good one.
Well, like I said, I have no negatives for this movie. I mean, it's the characters. Every single character is great. The storylines that's really what makes these movies so great. It's just a storyline that we can all connect to. We all have toys. And it also makes just points that are real world stuff. Like there's people that have huge aspirations, like Buzz thinks he can fly.
It's a sad moment.
That he can't. Each one of these movies has a really sad moment in them, each one. I would definitely say the saddest for me is probably the second one, but we'll get to that in a little bit.
Yeah, if you were to rank the saddest moments, this would definitely be the least saddest moment in this movie, I'd say.
Yeah, for me, this is probably my second favorite Toy Story. You know what? No, I'll take it back. This is actually my top favorite Toy Story movie out of the three so far. And yeah, the villain was good in this one too.
I think that in the first one, I like the development of friendship between Woody and Buzz. I know they don't get along at first, but it's fun to see them.
They try to kill each other.
It's fun to see them grow together and learn that they're gonna have to live with each other. So you might as well just get along and be friends with them, and they end up being very good friends. So
yeah, definitely my favorite thing is obviously the main characters because they're amazing, and then it's definitely an interesting movie with the way that you only see the kid Andy's face and the kids, honestly, that you don't see the parents, and it's like it's just the perspective of that, which really raises questions about are the toys really talking in this world, or is it just the imagination? Yeah, the army soldiers are great. Those scenes. And why don't we give her a score?
I was gonna say my favorite character in this movie is probably Woody.
Yeah, might be Buzz because the
Buzz
way he operates is like he's still in the friggin' spaceship planet. She's very character.
I'm sticking with Woody.
Yeah.
He's not friends with Woody.
Yeah, okay. So why don't we give her our scores? You basically already know. Our score is the same for all three.
Yeah, let's just say what we say. So I would definitely give the first Toy Story a 10 out of 10.
Yeah, I would give Toy Story a 10 out of 10 as well. I mean, it's give me 10 out of 10 for all of them. Yeah.
I would third that opinion.
This was our quick review of Toy Story 1.
All together,
so Toy Story 2, another perfect movie in my opinion. Just because I ranked this movie third in the three movies so far, it's not a slight to this movie at all. I love this movie too, but I just think that I like, my order would go 1, 3, and 2. So I think 1's my favorite, 3 is my second favorite, and 2 is my third.
Yeah, mine's similar to that. My favorite is the third, then second, then first. Honestly, it goes reverse. Which, this is the thing. Ranking these, it's not like, it seems like I hate the first one and second one. It's like, these are all perfect. So when I'm ranking them, you really can't, I'm not trying to say one is bad because it's not. I mean, it's just, they're all perfect. And yeah, the second one has the saddest, I'm just going to go all over the place. The second one has the saddest scene out of all three. And that's the Jessie scene, where she gets left on the side of the road. But she gets found in the bed, and she thinks she's going to actually, like, get played with again. And then she gets left on the side of the road, which is just awful. So that's the saddest moment. which is kind of why I put this at the bottom. But basically that's the saddest moment. But
because each one, like that part is one that we would always skip over. It was on DVD because we don't want it to hear that song. It would make our mom cry every single time, and our grandma cry every single time that was played. But see, the first Toy Story, I can watch Buzz fall for a little bit.
Yeah, that's still sad.
We know he's okay.
Yeah, it's so much easier to watch.
It's not bad because like 2 seconds after he falls, he's like drunk in the girls' room, like drinking tea or something like that.
Yeah, man. What do you think about Toy Story 2?
I think it has a pretty good storyline with the guy taking the toys, and then finding out that the miner or whatever
The
prospector's bad. I think there was good shocking. I think things that people really didn't expect, and that's good for.
It definitely introduces new people to the family. Like it also establishes. Actually, no, she's still in that one. It establishes Bullseye, Jesse, the prospector doesn't join the family.
No, he doesn't.
And then it also introduces that Squeaker. Wheezy.
No, definitely. There is some cool scene, like obviously with we call him Newman. He voices him, and he takes Woody and rides out with him. And the scenes in the apartment are great. There's obviously the disgusting scene where he's eating Cheetos, but it's so memorable though.
I feel like it's also important to note the beginning of this movie is one of probably the most favorite beginnings of the movie. The whole game, you think Buzz gets killed, and it was just Rex playing a video game the whole time.
Oh yeah, it's Zurg.
Like that's how the movie starts. I feel like that is the most memorable start because the first start, Toy Story. The third one's pretty good because it shows Andy's imagination for them like playing. But I thought the second one had the best start.
The Zurg thing, the different Buzzes, the bad Buzz. Well, not really bad, just the robot Buzz, and then the other one, then Barbie. They like drive down the
Barbie gets
aisles.
introduced to this.
The second one, it's obviously not bad. I mean, I'm saying all these movies are basically perfect, but I would have to put this at the bottom. But mainly, I think it's just that Jesse scene. It's just
because it's unwatchable.
Yeah, it's unwatchable.
Unless you want to cry. So, this movie was definitely a really good movie. It had Woody booking it on Bullseye to catch it to an airplane, which is a pretty cool scene.
Which is unrealistic, but
unrealistic.
And there's also a ride that they haven't made yet when they're going down the luggage area.
Yeah.
But so I would definitely have to give Toy Story 2 a 10 out of 10.
Yeah, 10 out of 10, 10 out of 10, I'm sure. Alright.
And then Toy Story 3, once again, this one was way better than I thought it was going into the theater.
One?
Actually, it made my grandmother cry in the theater.
Thanks.
Because I looked over at my grandma went and they're all about to die in the incinerator. And she was like tearing up. She's like putting like a.
This is kind of the most frustrating thing though about Toy Story 4 coming out is like Toy Story 3. I like this movie so much that it's my favorite one, and the fact that they had this perfect trilogy and then they're making another one is so frustrating to me because it's like it was a perfect trilogy. It's like now I'm worried about them messing it up.
No, it sounds like they haven't messed it up so far from the reviews, but the ending for this one really wasn't as sad as a lot of people thought because for me personally, this movie kind of like went through my life almost a little bit. Like when he leaves, I was going to like he went to college, I was going to college at the same time, so I feel like I related to it a little bit more than other people.
It helped you there.
But it didn't I didn't get too sad about that one.
You have that mouse.
The only thing about this movie that I wasn't a big, I didn't care too much about, which is what I'm worried about this fourth one, is what's her name? Bonnie.
What?
I didn't really care too much.
Sweet.
Well, she's fine, but I'm not like a huge fan of
saved
Bonnie.
them, Jake.
Well, which is why Bonnie's in this next one. So we'll see how Bonnie does.
Well, that's the thing. So Toy Story 3 is the best. There's so many.
Perfect.
There's so many good characters introduced, but mainly Lotso. Lotso is easily the best villain to me. So much better than Prospector.
Big Baby.
He's just such a great character.
More memorable.
Big Baby
and
Ken. Ken is such an amazing
Coyote's
character.
Wild.
How they're like gambling in a vending machine is like just such a great scene.
He's not a villain. He's a good guy.
There's so many great scenes in this movie, and it's just like obviously the Mr. Potato Head has some great scenes, and then I did like it was like a system there with the Lotso and Ken and how they ran the thing, and it was definitely great with the butterfly room and the caterpillar room and how they knew that one room was bad, and it was just like it's a very it's like a bunch of backstabbing, and Lotso just has the whole system rigged there, and it was just very interesting.
It was really the perfect third film of a trilogy that just caps off the entire thing. Like, it was just such a great movie. It wraps up the entire Andy storyline. Basically, it wrapped up like just so much in one film, and just each movie makes the characters feel like they get closer and closer. Like, you think Buzz and Woody are together in the first one, but the second one they grow into each other more, and the third one is absolutely growing. Like, at that point, they really are not. They're on the same page the entire time, except for when they set him to demo mode, from play to demo.
Man, what do you think about Toy Story 3? Like, your ranking?
I think it was pretty cool how they kept the same traditional stuff in the movie, because I know it's kind of a big stretch from 2 to 3. And a lot of people, like we are now with 4, were worried, but it turned out good. That's why I think we don't have anything to worry about.
And Bo Peep
Toy
is
Story.
dead. Well,
That's the thing.
Jake.
That's the thing. Toy Story, they have my trust because they made 3 perfect movies. So I'm gonna trust them in the first one, even though I said I was worried. But I have trust in them.
At the start of Toy Story 3, they established that Bo Peep and Wheezy was gone to start the film.
Yeah, and
But
Bo.
that means they're just with someone else.
Well, I mean, obviously we've seen Bo in the trailer, so we know she's.
I think
Those
coming
soldiers,
back.
they committed suicide.
I don't know where the soldiers are.
I think they bail out. No, I think Bo is actually bad in the next one, but that's another theory. But because they always surprise you. But no, I think the reason why though this one isn't as sad, I honestly just think the reason, obviously everyone finds a different reason for why it's sad. I think this is sad in a different kind of way that certain people might feel more sad about. But in this way, I feel Andy gives the toys to someone who he knows is going to take care of them.
And play with them, actually.
I just feel like that's such a better way, and that just is not sad to me, which I understand how it can be sad to other people, but it's like it's not sad because he's giving it to them. Jesse just gets left in the side of the road. It's like it's brutal, and this one is so much better.
See, there would have been a scene that would have been sadder than the Jesse scene if they all actually did die. In that scene where they all where they all like hold hands, like accepting that they're gonna die. That was pretty sad. Before now, you know,
was sad.
The
It was
first
emotional.
time, now you know that they survived. It's not as sad. But that first time, like, are they really gonna all just burn to death here?
Well, I knew they were not going to do that.
You didn't know that,
Jake. They're not about
It's
to all
Disney.
burn to death on
I thought
screen.
it was just gonna just end the credits after that. Like,
I was wondering. I was wondering how are they going to
The
get out of
fact that
this. Even the scenes at Bonnie's house, it's just so perfect.
Yeah, those.
And the
They
Triceratops,
also
it's
introduced those animal or those toys, the unicorn, the Triceratops, and I think there's a pterodon.
Yeah, and there's a good backstory to the villain here, which I really think this is such a better backstory than Sid really didn't get one. He's just evil.
The phone.
Yeah.
The phone.
That's kind of creepy though. Remember that girl got sucked in that room?
What the fuck? Sci-fi?
Alright. Okay, we're really going off topic.
But then there was also the monkey.
Yeah, that was creepy.
But then again, I would definitely give Toy Story 3 a 10 out of 10 as well.
Wow, I didn't know that.
So,
Well, I didn't see that coming.
Tens
will
across
give
the board, the entire trilogy.
Well, Kurt, can I? I'm gonna have to give this a 10 out of 10.
I'm gonna go slightly lower and give it a 10 out of 10.
I'm gonna give it a 9.
So, thanks for watching our quick reviews, kind of discussions of the Toy Story trilogy. We're excited for Toy Story 4, which we'll be seeing, I'm assuming,
This weekend
once we get back home. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you guys in the next video. Bye, guys.